Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, and welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, a.k.a. Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned tonight. Tonight, we're going to be asking the question, what are you going to do with your business credit? Because so many people out here, you see so many gurus or people that are trying to tell you how to get business credit, how to get credit without using your personal information, how to get business loans, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do with it? Because everybody has general responses. People tell me all the time, D, I need to get this business loan so I can get buy some equipment, so I can buy me a truck, so I can do this, do that. But they still don't understand the basic principle or concept of business. So we're gonna have that discussion tonight. Just really how to be able, what are you gonna do when you get your business credit?
Okay.
Knowing the whole concept of borrowing with a purpose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because we look at just, going back even just look at my years in the corporate world, 15 years in corporate America, understanding like anything that's requested as far as a lending standpoint, it's already allocated exactly what it's going to be, what it's going to do, and also the ROI in perspective to it. Because we borrow something at 3%,
right?
We know we got to have over higher than 3% return for it.
That's right.
And we start talking like that to some people. They're like, "What the hell is he talking about?" So we want to have that discussion tonight in regards to borrowing with a purpose. Understanding like if you get this, if you're gonna get this business credit, what are you gonna do with it? All right. So before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother?
Now what's happening with it? What's happening? Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, the best day of the week, baby.
That's right.
What's up also to Slick 316? What's happening with your Reek? Rehashing the previous week. Taxes been going pretty good, man. Your boy.
Still ain't done yet.
Hell no.
It ain't ended yet.
Lab, I'm hurting, boy. I'm hurting. I ain't even lying. I'm hurting, man.
Right.
I'm hurting. 20-hour days.
Well,
20-hour days. I ain't lying to you.
But just think about the 20-hour rest you're going to get once it's all over and done with.
Oh, it's on the popping come May.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going snorkeling, skydiving.
No offense, what you doing white people vacation?
Yeah, for real. You're like,
what is it? Hot air balloon ride.
For real. I tell you, I'm gonna enjoy it though, man. So
you deserve it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Big shout out to the Atlanta Hawks. They won the play-in game last night, so now they got to play. Hawks playing Cleveland, I think. Are they playing Cleveland or Brooklyn? I forgot they play, but they won last night. They blasted Charlotte, man.
They did.
Yeah. I'm real proud of the Hawks. Real excited about that. Also,
so are they in the playoffs or what? I don't.
That was the play-in game. But they got to win one more game.
Okay.
To be, to play the last seed.
Okay.
It's real funky. They got to win 2 games.
Okay.
To be into it.
So they like a wild card.
Yeah, but yeah. But it's like a 3 or 4 team play-in, and whoever wins 2.
Okay.
Goes to be the last seed.
Okay.
To go in. So it's pretty cool. Real proud of them and everything. But that's about it for the week, man. Your boy, I've been running on fumes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna skip a show, everybody. Wasn't gonna skip a show, but I want to have the discussion tonight in regards to, what are you gonna do with your business credit? Cause like I said, Lab, like I'm at no shortage when I go on the internet. I see people all the time. A lot of times, people really don't know. Just if you don't know, I am an accountant by profession. Been working in the financial service industry, 25 years, and been in business for 20 years. I own a business service firm. We do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll. But before I get started, this is Mr. Short Dollar. Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. We have almost 400 videos on the YouTube channel. We cover everything from business operations, business management, business financing. We stream live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Our main hub is the YouTube channel. So whatever platform you're looking at us at, I appreciate it. But make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, and check out all the videos. We got videos on grants, we got videos on loans, we got videos on business management, motivational business videos, all kind of stuff. Like I said, it's almost 400 videos. Got a grants playlist with over 150 active grants on it. So guys, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit that bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. But going into tonight's discussion in regards to what are you gonna do with your business credit? Far too often, people push it. Get business credit you don't need. Use your this is how you get a business loan or a business credit card without using your personal information. They give you all these ideas of things you need to do on how to get credit. and people break their neck to do it. Does it work? Yeah, some of it work and everything. What I always try to tell people on the flip side of it is, and we had a video about this a couple weeks ago. We did a show about this. Understand, guys, this is what's not being told to everybody in regards to being able to get business credit, especially when they tell you to go get this business credit using your DUNS number and things like that. Anytime that you use business credit, we just had the video come out last week. Do you need to be a personal guarantor on a loan? Because people are like, I don't want to use my personal credit. I want to be just, I don't want to just have it strictly on the tax ID number. Everybody listen to me very specifically. You're talking to somebody that secured SBA loans. This is all pre-COVID and stuff like that, 6-figure loans and everything. I'm being honest with you. Most business loans is going to want to have a personal guarantor. That's a personal guarantor being, if the business defaults on the loan, they can go to that person. Most credible business loans are going to ask you to do that.
Okay.
Are there loans out there that you can acquire without having to be a personal guarantor? Yes, there are. Make sure you check out that video I put out Mr. Short Dollar in regards to do you need a personal guarantee for your loan? There are loans out there that you do not need a personal guarantee from a person. The issue with those, and listen to me very carefully, everybody, is that the damn rate is going to be so damn astronomical. The term's going to be so funky, it's not going to be a good deal for you.
Okay.
That's the thing about it. You have or they may require so much collateral. It's not going to be a good deal for you.
Okay.
And I'm just being straight up. So even though you may have got access to it without using your personal stuff, please don't think that it's a good deal.
Okay.
I never see these videos tell people, this is how to get you a business loan and don't worry about your personal information. Because again, if you get the business loan, it will go on the tax ID number of the business. It's not going to go on your personal. But most of them do require you to have a 700 score on your personal side for them to authorize it if you be in a personal guarantee. I will say that.
Okay.
But you still talking about prime plus. So we talking about getting, 6, 7, 8, 9%, right? It's going to be the lowest you can get. But you go to them other folks, 10, 15, 20, 30%.
23, 24%, like that.
Yeah, we talking about on damn, $50,000, $60,000 loans. Come on now.
Yeah.
The money you will be paying each month is astronomical.
You'll never
But
touch,
you
never touch the principal.
And I'm telling you, I've never one time seen any video where anybody explained that side of it. Like, you can get this credit, you can do this credit. Yeah, but credit got a cost. It's a cost to borrow. Nobody gonna give you no damn money.
Right, not for free.
Yeah, we do a lot of video on these grants, but understand, everybody want free money. So if everybody want free money, the chance of you getting it slams down.
Right.
That whole disaster stuff, that's not how things normally go. Well, you just had to fill out a paper, they gave you a free grant. Yeah, this shit go, hell no.
Not in the real world.
Hell no.
Right.
In the COVID world.
Right.
But that's not how it goes. And we do a lot of promoting to help people out in regards to small businesses and stuff. This is a new stick I got from this brother Garlito. I'm gonna give you a shout out now. This your damn one moment in time. I met him Monday night. Me and my brother BMU did a spot in Hateville.
Okay.
And he saw this black-owned guy, Garlitos. What was his name, man? I forgot his damn name. But Garlito stick, and I'm smoking it on my show.
Okay.
That damn thing started burning my lip.
It's over for you.
Hey, if it's good, baby, I'm gonna give you a shot now.
Right. It all depends on how it tastes with that drink.
Shit. This is what he said, the sipping stick, so we're gonna see. But just when you see, back to the show, I never see that layout. And me being an accountant and a finance guy, I always looking back at the math and stuff like that, because a lot of times people that don't necessarily deal in my world, they don't understand that whole side of it. Because like I said, I started the show off, guys, when we start talking about the whole concept of borrowing with a purpose, when we start doing what we call a cost-benefit analysis in the finance world, we look at CAPM or capitalization or a cap asset model, those kind of things. What we always looking at from a finance perspective, if you borrow at a certain rate, 8%, 10%, the ROI or return on investment got to be higher than that. So if I borrow something at a certain rate, what I'm getting back to acquire that asset is got to be more. Even if I'm starting the business up, getting certain things, eventually the return is going to be higher than the cost for borrowing.
Okay.
And if I don't do that, hell, I'm losing.
Right. So if your cost to borrow is 10%, you want to bring in your return about 20% starting.
Well, 10 or higher.
Okay.
Because again, you don't necessarily know if you're going to get winning, but you at least want to cover that. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be beneficial to you. Okay. And what we do is on the front end, mathematically, we try to figure that out before we even look to get that loan.
Right.
Because if the cost is going to be that high, no, we don't need to get that loan. We don't need to get that line. We don't need to taking a certain investment, because just that same thing, take the loan out of the equation. If you just say if somebody's, looking to do construction, or just say, we got a lot of people in the transportation trucking world. At the end of the day, you may say, okay, in the grand scheme of things, you can look at just do certain math. It's going to cost me to do this. I'm going to bring in this. I do the math. It doesn't work. But even if you got like a bigger project scale, I'm going to get X amount of trucks. If I'm going to get X amount of trucks, I should make X amount of money. The rate to borrow those trucks is going to cost me this, right? Or if I turn around and buy all the damn trucks at one time, I'm out of this cash. But if I can make a certain amount of money, and that's one of the things I think people don't think about. You buy it and you own it. I own it. I don't pay notes on it. But yeah, you know how long it's going to take you back to break it and even get your money back?
Right.
People meet with a damn accountant or some kind of numbers person first.
Right.
Because it ain't nothing wrong with owing people. Just something wrong with not paying them back.
Right.
If I done spent all, I done made a lot of money using everybody else's money.
Right.
And you got a whole lot less risk.
Right.
So again, and I understand everybody have different philosophies in regards to do certain things, but I'm not here to convince. I'm just here to just share my perspective, with doing certain things. When we start talking about that whole finance world, to be able to do it, we got to get out of, and I hear it too often, because people call, I need to get a loan for this, I need to get a grant for this, and how much money you need? Well, I need at least 20,000. Well, where you get that number from?
Right.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, there's no process. Oh, hell no.
No supply costs, no employee costs, insurance, none of that's, and they just threw it off the top of their head as I need $20,000.
Even if they got the cost together, they still don't even have the concept of even just realistically how much money they're gonna be making. Even going on the conservative side, so we're not even gonna just, we're not even gonna live in a Wakanda and just think we're gonna make $1 million. We're gonna just to get some basic. If I do 4 routes a day or 3 routes, if I sell, so many of these, or do so many plumbing jobs, there's no kind of thought process going into it.
Okay.
We got to get out of that. And that's why I want to have the discussion tonight, because so many people do that. They borrow without a purpose, and they're not looking at it. Because that's why I want to ask that question. Now you done got this credit. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? And people just, like I said, I get 1,000,001 ideas, but when we start talking about putting the math together, that's where it goes. And guys, I've been an entrepreneur, business owner, 20 years. I love hearing people talk about if they go out there, follow their dreams and do stuff. You doing it, you got your job doing on the side, you leaving your job doing 100%, whichever way you do it, great, right? So, but the problem come up is people do not want to look at the stats. Most small businesses fail in the first couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. That's real.
What's that, 60%?
60%.
60% of small businesses fail in the first year.
Yeah. And
the numbers go up as the years go a little bit closer. I mean, they don't all totally fail, but yeah. The first year, 60%. I heard that a couple of weeks ago on NPR, I think.
And you sitting there looking like, what do you have to do to be that 40? What do you have to do to be that 40% where you don't fail? You got to do more than pray on it, baby.
Right.
You got to do more than pray on it. Right. You got to do like I got to put in some of them 20-hour days. Year 21.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I bust my tail 4 months out of the year. So the rest of the 8 months, I just can talk to you guys.
You can go snorkeling and skydiving and hot air balloon ride.
Oh, man. Hey, they finna open up Atlanta Beach.
Oh, really?
Next couple weeks out there in like 5 minutes from my house. Right in Lake Spive area, man. Gonna open it up. Get me,
Has
you
it
know.
been open before?
Yeah. You know, that's what they had when they opened it up in '96 when they had the Olympics. So they just revamped it. You know, redoing
So
the
they
water park.
closed it and then they rebuilding.
Yeah, the actual Atlanta International Park has stayed open. The beach has been closed for what, maybe 2 or 3 years, while they've been revamping it. So they opened it back up this summer. Got the water parks and all this other kind of stuff. So you know me, I'm gonna get my dark shades, get to go booty watching.
That beach gonna be crowded, man.
Oh man, yes sir. Hey, 2
crowded.
minutes from my house.
Gonna be crowded.
I'm
barbecue grills on the sand.
Oh man, I'm walking down there with my little air tube on me. Yeah.
Right.
You know I'm older and I got a gray hair on my chest, and I get a You know, I'm on Unc status now. What up, Unc? Yeah, Unc. Yeah. When you Unc status, you can do a lot of stuff.
Right. You can go down there with no shirt on and the balloon around
Unc say little crazy stuff to little young girls.
Yeah.
Go on, sir. You know, you creepy though. Your Unc can get away with little stuff. I'm an Unc now.
Right.
I'm going to hell.
Unc has his privileges.
Oh boy.
Right.
They be like, PJ, that's your daddy. Yeah. That's my daddy.
we ain't get this over for nothing.
Yeah.
Some first out
Yeah, for real. There you go. But you know, we started looking at, you know, one of the reasons, like why the people, some of the reasons why they don't have an idea of what they're gonna do with they, you know, as far as with the credit they get, right? You know, so why do people actually just look for this money and, you know, don't have any kind of writing out plan or whatever or anything, but they get this money. So I want to have that quick discussion where we start talking about it. And one of the first things is, I think people just look at getting money, because what I say all the time, people don't necessarily want to go to business for themselves. They just want a job that's gonna pay them more money.
Right.
You know, just the whole. You see a thing, a nut like me, like, man, Poochie doing good. Poochie look happy, and I genuinely love doing what I'm doing.
Right.
But typically, in anything that you do in life, oh my eye itching. If anything that you do in life, if you love doing it, what's up, Brandon? What's going on? See you tuned in. Appreciate that. One of the things that I say, regardless if you do work for yourself, work for somebody, if you're genuinely happy, you're gonna be cool. You're gonna be more engaged. You're gonna be more successful with life and your career. So I always say the key is do something that make you happy, and the byproduct gonna be success and money. And a lot of times people see me like, man, you know, you doing it, whatever. But like I just said, bro, I've been working 20 hours a day for the past 2 weeks.
Right.
And I'm talking about from the day, the deadline Monday, we getting it in.
Yeah, right.
We getting it in. I gotta stack this high.
Right.
Been on the road all day picking up folks' stuff. You know, Deonte, you think
still doing it.
You still doing it. Still doing it. I ain't now. You know, this time last year, we finalizing that divorce. I was in Lululand.
Right.
You know, now right now, Pooch is back. No. Oh, yeah, we got you.
Right.
We got you. We work till the crack of dawn, baby.
That's right.
And people see that and sometimes get that confused with it's easy. It's easy. Just like my kids sometimes like, yeah, they think daddy is easy. All right, bro, I got, you know, I gotta do a good job, baby. Don't get twisted.
Well, when you doing it right and you making it look so easy, people gonna think it's easy.
Exactly.
Right.
And when you're on the other side, like, no, it ain't. It's difficult, but you like doing it, so it's okay. You take that, what comes along with it. You feel me? But one of the main things that people just have no kind of business idea. They not really even sure what the hell they want to do. They want to borrow some money. They not really sure what they want to do, but they constantly listening and looking at folks. You know, you see Poochie doing this, you see Lab doing that, such doing that. Damn, that shit seems fun.
Right.
You know, I just need to I get me a loan, I can do it, because I know I can. You know, everybody like my ribs when I cook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, at the barbecue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody like these little hats I be knitting and stuff.
Right.
So with a little money, I think I can always
be a successful business.
Exactly.
Right.
Not understanding the other side that comes along with it, and not even giving a damn. You know, just even care to look. It's just whole. Not they just see it's fun, it's opportunities, and they asking, man, you know, they like it. They don't even really. It's just the image.
The image, right?
Or you know, just to say, okay, I can do that, and I can see it be fun to say I'm an entrepreneur and You know, I have my own business. I see a lot of people, they post their LLC stuff when they get their business and stuff and everything. And I like, that's cool. That's cool. We're doing it and
They see
everything.
the facade.
Yeah. And again, this not discredit anybody that's looking to start a business. But we start talking about when you go from business or business.
There is a difference.
Yeah, it's a difference.
Right.
And we start talking about them whole things about it, 'cause those whole things that comes along with business. Well, I always tell people, when you go to work, the system is there. You know when you clock in, what you got to do, cut on this, go this, check this, all that stuff together. When you're in business for yourself, you got to make all that shit. You got to make all that stuff.
You got to make the structure.
Yeah, all that stuff got to be set up by you. So you have to sit here and decide, okay, what how we gonna do this? How my intake, process, and outtake, follow up in it? How is all that stuff gonna go? And so you just see, let me borrow some money.
Right.
I just need to get that money. If they give me an opportunity to get this money, I'm gonna run with it. And we know how that goes a lot of time, because when people do that, we've seen that. How many people right now, real talk, how many people still got what did you do with your PPP money? What did you do with your disaster money? Did you buy something that sat there and was beneficial to you or your business? Or did you buy some go take a trip?
Or buy a Hellcat. Or,
I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Real talk.
A lot of times those PPP loans did not get spent on business.
Where all them damn black businesses at now?
Yeah.
Where the hell they at now? They got all that PPP, all that disaster money. Where the hell you at now?
Yeah.
Huh? Trying to sell that stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. But like you say, you hear free money, or you hear money, and we're going to give you some money. It's a free fall. It's a free fall. Especially, you even deal with that with your giving the grant information.
Man, people see that money is free. And again, I do what I do because I want to help people. But I always want to get that disclaimer. You got to pay your dues. And 21 years in business, man, I done had probably 2 or 3 points. It's bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, man, real talk. But once you make it to the other side, I tell anybody, if you got a business, you made it through COVID-19, ain't nothing you can do.
Right.
Ain't nothing you do. Hell, I lost what, my salon. I didn't lose it. I closed it. But even I still went through the whole COVID thing with a salon. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there like,
yeah, people think all this stuff is easy. Like Six said, we've had a lot of people come here, do podcasts, and think they can go home and do it themselves. And this ain't easy, man. They like we say, we make it look easy, but this ain't easy to do all this.
Well, you see that when people sit in front of a mic. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. They ain't got a damn thing to say. They in the backyard,
right,
sipping and talking, but you done got you on this. You got these mics in front of you,
yeah,
and you got to engage for an hour or whatever.
Yourself.
Yeah, no. Pooch and hog heaven. I've been telling you to shut the hell up since I was a little boy. I'm in heaven. I can do this all night.
Right.
So until I get this one laid up.
Yeah.
Let it go. Now let's talk some more.
Right.
But definitely not really understanding the whole. You have the idea, but again, not understanding the whole part. Another thing is when people start looking at actually being clueless of what to do with credit is they got no business plan. And the thing about it, you may have the idea of what you want to do, but you ain't got no real clear cut blueprint on how to do it.
Right.
I always say people don't write stuff down, mainly because that stuff make you accountable.
Right.
So if I just want to talk off the top of my head, it's kind of like it's like some kind of internal protection. I always tell my kids, look, man, write the stuff down or whatever this, that. Oh, I ain't got time to write it down. Somebody else used to say that to me all the time. I forget to write it. What the, you know what I'm saying? So
that writing it down is a good tip, because there's a lot of stuff. Like, I write stuff about the station and TV station and radio station all the time, stuff I need to do, need to get, and I'll forget about it, but then go back in my book and be like, oh shit, I forgot to do, excuse my friend, oh crap, I forgot to do that. And you go back and it refreshes your memory, because sometimes we do forget. If we trying to run a business, trying to be successful, things come up, things happen, we trying this, trying that, and there's certain little things you need to do that you have to go back and if you write it down, you can remember that.
anybody been in my home office knows that I got a big board, yearly goals, monthly goals.
I've seen it.
And then the things you got to do things I got to do each week.
Right.
I break it down like that all the time. And that's a constant reminder if, hey, boy, you getting off track.
Mm-hmm.
People a lot of times want to rely on their instincts instead of having it written down where they can be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, like it's almost like it's putting negative stuff in there. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, get stuff. I don't want to put that down because that kind of throws stuff off.
Uh-huh.
But we just had, remember 100 Black Men, we just had a strategic planning meeting this past weekend.
Uh-huh.
All the board members. We sitting there, knowing, okay, we got to do this, have a constant 3-year cycle where we sitting there, these are the plans what we're doing on, and make sure we have those moments where we checking each other and checking ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on track?
Right.
That's how you run an organization. Mm-hmm. That's how you run a business. Not trying to just going on feelings and stuff like that. This stuff that you got in inventory, how quick you getting it turned over? Mm-hmm. How much is it selling for? Do you need to change products? You love making your red velvet cupcakes, but ain't nobody feeling it.
Right.
And your banana cupcake, everybody like. You don't like making them. Mm. So in your mind, they just ain't really gave it a chance, your red velvet. But instead of you doing that, you might want to sell that. Do you know how many people get stuck in that kind of rut,
right,
trying to provide? I always say it's not what, and that's where you have this YouTube channel change. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm a very smart guy. I got a lot of information to provide. Right. I love helping people. But I ain't in love with making all these damn grant videos. But that's what the people want. Like that's what bring a lot of attraction.
Right.
So I can sit here and go, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But you go, what, paying the bills? You still do your other stuff. But at the end of the day, I'll be a damn fool to not sit here and look at this is what making the money. Right. So many people get caught into that. Yeah. Customer ain't always right, but the customer's always paying you.
Right.
And as soon as you come to that realization, who's paying you,
right,
you'll be okay. All right? And lastly, we started talking, people just not necessarily knowing what to do with credit when they get it. They really don't have no business experience at all. They got no clue on how to get the money. Guys, I want y'all to understand this. This is a big disclaimer where everybody got to get this together. You working at a job 20 years and you owning that business for 20 years, two different things. I don't give a damn if you've been working at the Ford plant 20 years. You still don't know the stress of being an owner in that production arena. Uh-huh. You don't.
Right.
I don't care if you worked in that restaurant for 20 years. You still do not have the stress of dealing with vendors, paying bills, or whatever. You can leave that job and go to another place and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. Somebody has a lease in their name. They got invoices out there. Mm-hmm. They wait for stuff to come in. It is not the same. It is not the same. I don't give a damn.
Right.
Just because you work there, and you got experience with doing it, because you work for the landscaping company, you worked on this electrician and did this, that, and you know it. You do know the operation side. You're gifted with that. You know it inside out. But you owning it and having that stress of all those bills and making the mail and doing it, totally different. Totally different. And so a lot of people don't want to come to that realization. They don't want to come to that realization. And there's nothing wrong with being in that position. But you got to be honest with yourself. It is different. Mm-hmm. Because once you start, you're like, damn, man, I had to do this, I had to do that. You had to do what you had to do. Mm-hmm. But when it's yours, you're responsible for everything.
When you clock out at whatever time you clock out, you leaving the job there. But when you own it, the job come with you.
Shit, that owner in bed at night thinking about shit you didn't damn do. You done forgot every damn thing you didn't damn do. Owner sitting in bed, shit, I got to fire Pooch ass tomorrow morning.
He ain't do none of shit I told him. None of stuff I told him to do.
Pooch ain't did a damn thing. I got to fire his ass tomorrow morning. Shit, Pooch think he didn't run the damn place.
So he think he right. He think he the boss. So the boss, the owner's worried about what you doing and what he ain't do. What you hadn't done that day and what he hadn't done that day.
You figure, okay, I can borrow this money. The money will cover my mistakes. The money will cover my inexperience. The money, I just need the money, and I'll figure it out as I go. Mm-hmm. Now understanding, I talked about a family member of mine, got all that windfall of money. 2 or 3 damn purchases, that shit gone. Mm-hmm. Like I said, hey, what a PPP is? Holla at me.
Right. PPPs,
holla at me. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people got money and didn't have a purpose with it, and at the end of the day, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Now you sitting there like, we done bought this and I got this. Like, damn, man, it went quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100,000. You know, after a trip here, or this, that, and that, and you turn around, you done got a couple of things. You kicking out $4,000-$5,000 a month in expenses, new expenses. Then you make another acquisition. Shit, about 6 months, you like, damn, that 100 done went to 20, and you can't even see it.
And the worst thing you could do, worst thing they do is they get that credit, they get that money, and they start spending on it. And I can do this, or I can go on this trip, or I can buy this car, and then it's all gone, and they ain't did nothing for the business. They hadn't done one thing for the business.
Money make people smart.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing about it. Money make people smart. When you start, and I'm just saying, when you go through that whole trek, just say, get an SBA loan. I'm gonna put a video out how to go through that whole process. You get an SBA loan. We ain't talking about disaster on a regular SBA 7 Alpha loan. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things they tell you now, you don't put your damn payroll, your money, your part there. If you're gonna hire a manager, hire some people there, but don't put your ass in there. Don't put, you don't need to be
right
in the mathematics of this. You need to already kind of be sustained. Because we know as most owners, we pretty much just like, hey man, I can't even be part of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already taking look, I'm on bare minimum.
That's right.
With my life where I'm getting this thing together. We started talking about sticking into it. I've been part of boards and businesses. The owners didn't think like that, and people like, I need to pay these bills. Like, hey brother, math ain't gonna work. We can roll the business, but you talking about paying yourself. I get it, man. I remember that vividly. It was a thriving company I was a part of. I was a board member. And the owner, he was just like, man, I'm struggling at home. And everybody else was just saying that, we need to give him some money. And we had borrowed his money and got this. They was like, he need to get some of it because he got a home to take care of. But I'm telling them, like, that ain't part of what we forecasted for. Yeah. Right. And they couldn't get that because they don't know that's about business. They just people he don't put on the damn board. They ain't got no business sense. And like the math ain't working. We put his salary in there, we're gonna lose. It's gonna stop. But they not looking at it, they just see money. And that changed a lot of times, just like you doing the business, man. I done been through this over the years, like people get in there and they're like, well look, I'm doing this, this costing $300. He making this, he do so many of these, but he paying me this. No, don't count my damn money.
Right.
Don't count my damn money. You start counting my money, gonna start counting sex, you get the hell out of here. Don't count my damn money.
Don't make that mistake.
Don't count my money.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, you gonna count how fast you gonna get out, you get the hell out of here. We don't do that.
Right.
We don't do that. But just having the whole point of it, because like I said again, guys, when we start looking at it again, when you start thinking about getting a loan, what I want you guys to always understand, there has to be a purpose for doing that. And again, if you're not really familiar with that side of it, the whole financing side, get you some kind of coach. Get you some kind of advisor to help you with that. The SBA is free. They got a lot of Facebook groups. You got a lot of YouTube groups. You got a lot of people out there that you can kind of bounce ideas. You've been working in the plumbing industry all these years. You know how to build and all this other kind of stuff. But man, let me tell you something. And I was sitting there talking with need a sec? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
A lot of people go down this whole trek with, okay, I want to start my own business up, and they'll look at the sheets and say, well, look, my company made X amount of dollars. Like my job was paying me $50,000. I done got me, business. I got me a truck. Now my truck is making $100,000. I'm doing that $200,000, and you're right, it is producing that. But after fuel costs, insurance costs, repair costs, fuel costs. Hey, you back at the 50,000.
Right.
You back at the 50.
Right.
But
I
get
comfortable. My back will hurt.
No, I know about that. Right. But you back at the 50, and unfortunately about that, you never did realize you back at the 50 until tax time, or till your accountant start going through it. Cause you're like, damn, man, I done did all this. Now again, if you love the journey, cause remember, most entrepreneurs, we do it for the freedom.
Yeah.
You'll leave $100,000 job to make 50 for the freedom.
true.
As crazy as it sounds, you know, for the freedom.
That freedom is worth $50,000.
You know, I did it. I did it. God knows I did it. I left it. The flip side of it is what? When I tell people, if you love doing what you're doing and you genuinely out there busting your tail to make it happen, you're going to triple that in 3 years.
Right.
You're going to make way more money. Because
it's going to be a struggle.
Exactly. You want to go, you go through all the BS and all that kind of stuff. Everybody want to be a boss, get drunk, smoke cigars, be on the beach. I'm here, that, and that look good and everything. But you got to pay the cost to do all that.
Right.
You got to pay the cost.
Yeah.
And it's them sleepless nights sacrificing. And then when you start going on that whole trek of wanting to be successful or whatever, or even just having your dreams come true, you got to make some sacrifices. And so when we start talking about, when you start using leverage it and borrowing money and things like that, it takes planning to understand that. And especially if you're not a natural numbers person, give you a good example. I'm going to do a video on this. I was looking at power. And I was just looking at the drug dealers. You know, just sitting there like, well, look, man, you know, what we'll do, we'll do a 60-40 split. And after you done sold that guy, you know, you take 40% that he got, and then everybody he going to split with, they'll bring them back at least 10-15%. And I see all these guys just, you know, okay, cool. Now, I'm from the hood. I ain't never seen that many damn dudes out there in the street that good with math. So I'm just sitting. I see Tommy, I'm like, yeah, they all negotiating.
Right.
30%. Okay, this, that, and that. And I think to myself, I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. I ain't seen that many dudes that good with math. You know, 30% of this, 40% of that, just drop like that. Come on now.
Well, I think that's what I heard. It's like they base it off $100. So they base it off 100 for the street. That's how they keep up with it.
So say you're basing off 100. Just say you base it off $100. So you say 50% of 100. Then you start going, okay, 50% of 100. Then you going 60% of 50. Then you go 30% of that. That shit ain't on 100 no more.
See, you just broke it down like
acting. That's what the hell. That's some bullshit. But that's why I be sitting there like, come on now.
Right.
And to that point, you know, because like I said again, I know a lot of street dudes know how to count good.
Right.
Count. They like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we talking about just all the percentages. I'm just looking at Tommy and the other guy just talking. I said, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those city gotta say facts.
No, real talk, man. I'm sitting here looking. Like, you know, like even like I said, man, hell, I got a damn finance degree, and I'm sitting there like, I'm calculating.
You count on your fingers.
Yeah, how the hell this, you know? My point with all that is that if you know that's not one of your things, especially like from that mathematical standpoint, like get you somebody to help you out with that,
right?
To understand and make it make sense. But we were talking about the other day about the deals got to make sense.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? For the other person, and most importantly, you too. So when you start talking about getting these loans, you got to be smart enough to understand that it got to be a beneficial situation for everybody involved.
Well, let me ask you a question since we're talking about understanding and being beneficial. When you get a loan, should you calculate how many years it's going to take you to pay that loan back, how much money it's going to take to get that loan back, how much you bringing in, how much you're going to need to bring in order to, so you separate the loan from your regular expenses because you're trying to pay that back over a certain amount of time. So let's say you bring in $100,000. Well, let's say you bring in $10,000 a month, right? Your loan payment, you know, you got a $50,000 loan. Your loan payment may be $1,500. So you bring in you separate that $1,500 out of your regular operating expenses.
Well, that's a good question. The thing you gotta look at, like Lab asking, like, you know, whatever you borrow, do you look at that number in regards to, just say if you borrow, like you said, what you said, 50,000, should that 50,000 be included in my regular operating expenses? Well, you're gonna be paying it, but if the thing we're looking at it is, what changed with that for me to acquire that $50,000 loan? What is that gonna change in my revenue in relation to that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I acquire a $50,000 loan, is there going to be $100,000 increase in my revenue, $10,000 increase in my revenue? To your point about the term, we say term is another word, people, if you don't know, just the amount of years or periods that you're going to have the loan for. So mathematically, over the years, okay, is it going to be increasing? If I got a $50,000 loan that I'm paying, $2,500 a month for, the actual increase in revenue that it's going to bring, it has to be more than that.
Yeah, and we're not talking about loans in the traditional sense. We're talking about credit, because if you guys don't know, it's not credit, it's still a loan. They still apply interest to it. Credit card is still a loan. They just give you being able to buy that stuff right now in order to pay them later.
Well, say we got the credit, we got the business credit. We turn around, we what's my rule? I always get access to capital when you don't need it. We don't want to wait till the business is done. I think one of the most craziest things, and you showed me a lot, to your business experience when you say things like, we don't need a loan, I can do this, pay this myself. Stuff happens. COVID-19 showed you that. Because it's amazing how many people didn't need no damn money. They running trying to get them damn PPPs.
Right.
You always get access to money. You don't have to use it. I would tell people, apply. Well, nothing wrong with applying for the disaster loan. But if you don't need it, you have 2 years to pay it. Put it somewhere you can. Because the business on you, if you want to be successful, one thing your ass got to be is discipline.
Right.
So if you got a $100,000 disaster loan and you can't figure out what to do with it, put it somewhere you ain't got access to it.
Right.
You ain't did that within 2 years, get the damn money back.
Give it back.
Get the money back. That's simple. That shit sound crazy, don't it?
We'll find some dude. You are talking French. We gonna find some dude that money. I don't care what happened. Some gonna need to be bought for that business. We gonna spend that money on. Sorry for you.
But you get my point with that. So we looking at, to answer your question though, like you should already know. Like if we getting the access, because if you got a credit card, we still want to, like say, knowing that, okay, at the end of the day, whatever that rate is, and I understand if you got credit challenges, you got to start off here and everything, but you still got to understand the cost of borrowing. Now, if you turn around and say, look, I got a 25% credit card, cause my business credit card, cause my personal jack, that accelerate the period you got to pay it back.
Right.
So if you try and get $1,000 on equipment with a 25% credit card, conversation need to light in your head. I need to pay this off quicker than I would, something if it was at a lower rate.
Right.
Because it's going to cost me too much.
Okay.
We're doing that. You got to understand that.
Right.
I say all this, I keep going back to this, guys. If you're not familiar with this, you need to get somebody to help you. I try to be as transparent as possible. I ain't finna get nobody my tax return, how much money I got, but my journey, I'm always gonna share with you guys. I didn't start making money till I started paying people
to help you out.
I'm telling you, $1 out can't tell you how to be 1,000 out.
Right.
1,000 out can't tell you how to be a millionaire.
Right.
And a millionaire can't tell you how to be a billionaire. On the damn one that did it, can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can be, your best friend can be in business, and you got an idea because you're looking at them, but you still really don't know if you ain't did it. You got an idea, but you really don't know. And when I start paying money, $2,000 for a 2-day this, $3,000 for this right here, $5,000 for this mastermind group, that's when my money changed. And I'm just being straight up.
Right.
As you grow and things like that, your ability to do certain things, that changes. But I'm just being straight up with me. That's when things change for me. When I got out of, man, I ain't finna pay that dude here. Or you want somebody to pay you this to do that? Nah. You know? Everybody knows I charge $210 an hour to talk. Or you want me to tell you how to get a $10,000 loan. I tell you how to increase your revenue so you can make $100,000. You won't give me $200?
You want me to do that in 15 minutes?
You don't want that money. You don't want that money. Hey, I would tell folks, hey, check out the Google reviews.
Right.
Hey, man, listen, just check out the Google reviews. I stand on it.
Right.
You know, hey, I stand on it now, you know.
Right. I get it.
I tell people all the time, Ashes, let's go leave those. Okay, man, me and old boy might talk now.
Right.
Try to give you
a shout out on the podcast, and the stick ain't even sticking.
It's good. Ain't no Newport, but it's good. It's good. The good one, he said, just sit down. He said this right here was the drinking stick. Like, they had your nice drink of some coffee. Okay. I said, okay, cool. I'll do that on my show. The other one, he said, you're sitting down. That's a full full body Maduro.
Oh, okay.
So I know one of those. I don't need to be going nowhere when I drink my smoke. That.
You need to be in the house.
In the house.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take me about an hour or two to smoke it. But that's why I want to go to just to the point me and Lab is talking about now, in regards to sharing with you guys. These are a couple things you need to be looking at when you look at borrowing. When you borrow money or you get the loan, when you make certain acquisitions, these are the kind of things that you need to be using the loan for, and the thought process you need to have with it. But before we go further, again, tonight's show we're talking about. What was the night show? I'm about to forget. What are you gonna do with your business credit? I get it moved so fast.
Yeah.
And drink ain't that good. What are you gonna do with your business credit? I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. This is the Dollar Hour, Mr. Short Dollar. You guys know Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about business, entrepreneurship, and investing and financing. We have close to 400 videos on the YouTube channel. Got a grant playlist with at least 150 active grants for it. Streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The main hub is the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Go to the follow us on the platform y'all on, if you're on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. But the main hub is the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. So all the videos are entrepreneur playlist, financing playlist, management playlist, business playlist, grants playlist, all that. Almost 400 videos on the YouTube channel. Be part of the 23,100. Yeah.
23,100 proud dollarins.
Hey, big shout out. We had 20,800 on TikTok. 20,800. About to hit 21 on TikTok.
There you have it.
Built from the mud.
What we going to call them? Dollarins.
Yeah, there you go.
20,000 proud dollarins.
Yeah, you know. So,
you
know, we got a big family, guys. So make sure you go to that YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, and subscribe to it. And hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Now, where we at right now, I want to give you guys like some tips and ideas in regards to different things that you guys can be, when you're looking to get credit, business credit, how to kind of view certain things, right? So one of the main things I always tell people getting business credit, you know, because just you starting a business, one of the first things I always say is looking at just training. What I just talked about before, updating you and your people's skill set. You know, the world is constantly evolving, the world is constantly changing, and you got to be right along with it doing that same thing. And I think a lot of times people look at, well, we used to do this, we used to do that, this is our way of doing it, and your system can get antiquated real quick. You see what I'm saying? And you got to be prepared for doing that. Learn new systems. When I say systems, on how to do things, new different payment methods and stuff. You know, cash only, you out your damn mind. You know, I mean.
A lot of people think cash is king. They think cash is king. You want to do a show about that cash only. Yeah, you got to do a show about that cash only. Yeah. We had a conversation today at work. You know, I'm back in the office now.
Okay.
We had a conversation today at work about. We're gonna do a show about currency. I need you to do a show about currency. We'll talk about it off air. But yeah, you know, everybody think cash is king, but a lot of people don't realize cash is going away.
Well, if you're not, you know, we start talking about those peer-to-peer apps where. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. People, you know, living off their phones. They got their cards and stuff like that. And you go to places like, you need exact cash and stuff like, for real?
Right.
For real?
It's like foreign to you now.
And I would tell any business owner, you got to be able to take money any kind of way possible. You know, just, you know, you just going to lose out on certain things and stuff.
I saw something I was watching a documentary on Netflix, I think it was, where they had a whole town and I think me and Slick was watching a whole town in Ecuador or somewhere like that where they don't take nothing but Bitcoin. That's where they building back up that area over there. They just take Bitcoin. That's all they do. Most of the vendors over there and stores take Bitcoin. That's their currency.
That's interesting.
Some of them don't, but most of them do take Bitcoin. So all you do is go in the store. They got an app that they had that they give you know, Bitcoin comes on and they transfer. You go in there and buy some bananas, it's $10. They give you whatever the Bitcoin transfer is over, and that's it. That's it. The whole town is built off Bitcoin. You can't transfer it over to money. You got to shop in that town with Bitcoin.
And it's like a swim.
Right.
If you choose not to go with it, it's one of them things.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start talking about, what are you gonna do with your business credit? One of the biggest things I always say, invest in training.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in training. Keep in mind, what was the first thing I said, you guys? We always got to make sure the cost. And when I say the cost, the rate to borrow, whatever that loan is, the ROI, the return on investment, got to be higher than that. It has to be high. So if I borrow money for training, the trainer is going to be able to make us be able to produce more of this, be familiar with that. There's going to be some kind of return on investment with that. The next thing is advertising. And that's just exposing your product or services to, a whole new set of customers or reiterating the current customers. People really underestimate advertising. They just feel like they ain't got to do it or whatever. I don't do, I don't feel it's a waste of money, because one thing about advertising, I would say this, is that when you start advertising your business, you have to be prepared to lose money, because you got to figure out the channel that you got to use to get your people. Mm-hmm. People think, typically if you ain't familiar with, especially old school, what you think about? Go print some flyers out. You might want that shit on that car. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now they have digital flyers, to be honest with you.
But I'm just saying in terms of some folks, on the radio, some folks, use Google, Facebook, Instagram, however, run ads on YouTube, however you want to do it. You just got to find the channel for you. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of nightclubs and stuff like that, they advertise on the radio. Mm-hmm. You driving, Friday night, boom, 10, 11 o'clock. Man, come on out the hill. We got this and that going, da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. Cool. That's the right channel for them.
Right.
You sitting there doing, like you might have a service company or something like that. You might put money into, Angel List. Am I saying it right?
Angie's List.
Angel List. Uh-huh. Angel List, Better Business Bureau, some of those little coupon books and stuff like that.
Yeah, your local paper that they circle around locally.
Exactly. Yeah. You just got to find, and people just don't want to, they figure if I put the dollar in, it's going to be abracadabra. Mm-hmm. Once you spend a little money, you got an advertising budget. Remember, we talked about it the other week, guys, the advertising budget and the marketing budget. Mm-hmm. You got to have that stuff allocated. Two different things. Remember, advertising is sitting in deciding what channel you're going to use. Marketing is deciding who's going to get your product.
Right.
And be able to pick that person, and then knowing where that person exists and do stuff at, and getting the advertising to them. Mm-hmm. And if I'm talking stuff that's kind of confusing to you, that just goes to show, guys, you might want to learn some of this stuff, or get the people in place that can help you with this stuff. Mm-hmm. Advertising lifeblood of your damn company. Mm-hmm. You think about it.
People think advertising and marketing is the same thing.
Well, that's the thing about it.
They think advertising and marketing is exactly the same thing.
Well, that's why I say it. The advertising is the channel that you're using. Uh-huh. The damn marketing is who you're going to be deciding to use your product. Okay. That's the whole thing about knowing who's going to use your product. From the person, the demographic, the gender, the location, age, whatever. Age, 18, all that stuff.
All that,
yeah. Because, your demographic. Your demographic encompasses all that. But just knowing that part. And then, the advertising just having that right channel. Guys, think about it this simple. If it's something to look over, why the hell does all your Fortune 500 companies, the Coast, the General Electric, Ford, all Toyota, GE, BP, Schwab, all of them,
Facebook,
they all
Instagram and Twitter.
They're totally always advertising.
Yeah. So
if you can learn anything, you see if they doing it, why the hell were you? They got money.
Tons of it.
They got money. So if they're doing it, why, and the beauty of everything right now in the digital age, hell is so cheap. Mm-hmm. Man, I can spend, I BS you not, because it's not no secret.
Tell them about, I want you to, once you get past it, I'm sorry I didn't mean to cut you off, because I want you to skip over it. You saying how cheap it is for the advertisement. You was explaining to me how at first when you get on the radio, it was like $17 billion. Yeah. But now to put an ad on the radio, they sending you stuff that's, not really pittance, but compared to what it was before.
I remember when back in 03, 04, where, just at V103, they had those spots where you pay they had like a $1,200 package, but really wasn't going to be nothing, because that went way up first started, so you put like a banner, and maybe a couple spots. $3,000 package, couple of radio spots, and a $5,000 package. You know, you get probably maybe like 10 radio spots, the banner. I mean, they got stuff for 5, 7. That ain't really at over 2,000. You going to go crazy if you spend that kind of money on regular radio now.
Right.
Regular radio, it's just totally changed. I can spend $100 on damn Instagram or TikTok and reach damn near 20,000 people.
Reach just as many.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on now, people. It behooves you to spend the money to get the traffic.
Big Play Ray, we'll answer that question once we finish. He wants to know how can his company LLC get business credit. We'll answer it here in a little bit. Just hold on with us.
Okay. Well, that probably won't. We have to tell him to look at a couple video. We'll circle back to him.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
We'll circle back. But again, like when you start looking at that kind of stuff with advertising, like, hey man, that's you getting people. Because when we start looking about starting business, people do the same thing. I'm gonna post on social media, maybe have some people share for me, but it's still gonna be your circle and a couple more other people, right? Word of mouth and all that kind of stuff. Word of mouth will help you, but word of mouth go so far. Now you got some exceptions to the rule for people that did some stuff and everything like that, and people just it caught traction, and that's great. But that's not the norm.
Celebrity.
Yeah, we crazy.
Had them post you on their page.
Exactly, but Lab still sore about that.
I'm a little sore about that, but go ahead.
But you know the that's not how things normally go. You still got to follow some kind of blueprint to get it in.
Right.
So using credit to get advertising is an awesome idea, where you can get you a good ROI for doing it. Like I said, man, hell, I could spend $100 on advertising on TikTok and Instagram, and when I say that money gonna come back to me 5-6 fold, come on now.
Right.
But you just gotta understand the right channels. Now that's what I do. That may not be the best thing for your business,
right.
But you gotta be able to sit here, kick. And then we start seeing some positive returns. Let me put a little bit more money into this. Let me put a little bit more money into that. See how that reacts with that.
Big Play Ray say, comedian Big Play Ray say, do you have to have a lot of followers on social media in order for your ads to work?
No, because when you running ads, your ads not going to your followers. That's a good question. You running ads, you can choose who you want to go. It doesn't make sense to run ads to your followers. You run ads to people that's not your followers. Now, most of the time, that's a good question. When you're running ads on social media, they'll ask you, do you want for your followers? Do you want the people that friends of your followers? And that might be a good way to start, or you might just want people in a certain demographic. Because I'm pretty sure, even as a comedian, you know what genre of comedy you are in. You know, if most of your people a certain race, a certain gender, do you have do you have a crossover audience, or do they have a certain income? You know how they look, or how you want your audience to look. Because when you starting off cutting your teeth, and I'm not a comedian, but you might gotta just do I gotta go through the chitlin circuit while I'm doing this and going there. But you still have an idea. I'm a black comedian, but I think I need to be in most white audience.
Right.
Or I might be, or vice versa. You see what I'm saying? When you're advertising, you pushing it to people you don't know. That's the whole point of advertising. You trying to get, I'm trying to expand my audience.
Right.
So you turn around, you got, just some free game. If I'm a comedian and I got, all kind of footage, I'll make me several 15-second clips of a good joke. Man, I had them spread out everywhere. I have it in Dallas, Houston, all these little different places, and have them run. You can spend $100 and hit, the run ads for maybe about $100 between 3 or 4 ads, $20 here, $20 when I 5 ads, 5 ads for 20. I better have messed with my damn math. But anyway, that $20 you can run it for 3 days on 5 different major cities, trying to get a target audience of whatever you want to do that, and you'll see a big change. And then just say you have a bigger response from people in D.C. Put a little bit more money in D.C. Get you a following there. Now you got a following here and doing that. So that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? And now you building your following. So when you go to these particular cities, more people know about you. Instead of be like, who is that? But you done did you ain't doing nothing but what? Investing in yourself.
Right, you just doing your due diligence.
That's it. I'm putting money in myself.
If it don't pop over in Washington, you be like, okay, I'm not gonna spend no more money in Washington. I'm gonna spend money up here in New York. See what happened up there.
And if it do pop up there, you got your following in a certain city. I'm gonna go try to talk to a promoter, do a show up there.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to do that footwork and stuff like that. That's a good question. The next thing we start talking about, well, I say, we looking at credit. And this is a thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, and you got to do a lot of homework with this. That's what getting equipment. See, when you get equipment, people say, and I'm talking about this because we deal with a lot of truck driver people in the transportation industry, and a lot of people got to understand the whole mathematical side of we start getting equipment, or you doing, just say you're doing landscape, you want to get this, high tech mower or whatever. The whole point of getting new equipment is to increase your efficiencies. What do I mean by efficiency? When you say that, D, that means that you should be making products and providing services at a faster and cheaper rate than you currently doing.
Exactly.
That's the whole point about it. So if I buy something, it's to help my business do something faster and cheaper, right? When I say cheaper, not cheaper for the customer, cheaper for me to be able to do it.
Cut that 30-minute lawn time down to 15.
There you go.
That means you can do 2 lawns in 15.
There you go.
Right.
Or instead I got
30.
Yeah, there you go. Or if I'm baking cookies, I don't went for a bigger oven that can cook instead of taking 30 minutes to cook, cooking 10 minutes, and I'm also able to cook 50 cookies as opposed to 20. Those are the kind of things you're looking at it. And so the cost associated with it, if my ROI, I'm looking at it, my price is right, I should be able to cover that rate for be able to acquire that. That's the whole point of getting new equipment, to increase your efficiencies. If you do not see there being an increase in your efficiencies, you don't need to do that.
Right.
It don't make sense to just get stuff to say, I got it.
You might need to not get new equipment and maybe use that money and get another employee.
There you go. See, lad, let me tell you something, lad. People mess up when they do stuff just be doing it. Oh, I just got another truck. Oh, we just got another mower. We just got another this. You didn't need that. Right. You need 2 more, 3, like you just said. You need 2 or 3 more people in them yards.
Right. You ain't got enough. Accounts to cover all them new mowers and stuff.
Exactly.
They just gonna be sitting idling, wasting money.
Exactly. But another body. Maybe have you finish your yard quicker.
You can drop, or you can drop him off, and you go around the corner and cut a yard while he cutting this yard, and come back, swing back and pick him up. So you're doing 2 yards in the neighborhood instead of 1.
There you go. And see the beauty of that shit. Most of this stuff you can figure out on an Excel spreadsheet, or you can hire somebody like me to do all that stuff for you.
That's
but it still go back to, guys, don't discredit math and stuff for feelings. Now I understand going with your instincts and going with your gut. Totally get it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, math still math. And it's the reason why that all these major organizations got all these data analysts, financial analyst people that's constantly crunching these numbers to make sure they do stuff better and faster and cheaper. It's real talk.
Right.
Real talk. Because that's what changes you from going next level with so many things. Just like, okay, I'm able to do this, then you do it, and like, man, I thought I was going to do that. And you may have some gains, but it's on the incremental gains where you can do 1 or 2 other things where the math working, and you see astronomical gains. So you need to be, when you start looking at that equipment, remember what I said, guys, we borrowing this money, what we need it for. They say, like, when my man Big Play Ray was saying that with me, what would you need money for? If you say, okay, I need for advertising, but just, I want to get me a Batmobile. I'm not saying he said that.
Right.
Hell no. We got whatever you borrowing the money for, what you need the money for.
Right.
That's the thing about it. We just can't get money to be getting money. Because at the end of the day, that's just, because you know what that loan will turn into? Another damn bill. Another damn bill.
Yeah.
That
you
trying
can't cover that. Now you need another loan.
Yeah.
To cover. You got a loan to get a loan. You got a loan for the cover a loan.
How many people going through that?
And if you don't have discipline from the first loan, now you got 2 loans that you got to cover. Yeah. That's bills.
And those that's unfortunately, a lot of times people don't necessarily look at it like that. Okay, if I get this, what is going to bring in, and this is what I'll be able to do from that. So I really want people to take time. Like I said again, if you're not familiar with it, get somebody that's going to help you be able to do that, okay? Last thing is, guys, we start talking about basic cash flow. We're talking about cash is king. There are a lot of businesses that have what we call, cycles where their money come in, influxes and outflows, how the money coming in. I did this job here right today. We're going to invoice them. The money come back, next month or whatever. you need certain things to kind of what we call bridge business in between. Because if I got a landscaping business and, you know, I'm billing everybody at the end of the month, that's still a certain time, maybe 15 days. When I send the invoice at the end of the month, then I'm going to get paid. But I still got to pay my guys that's working.
Right.
And we need certain things to kind of bridge them out. So we started looking at it, how you doing it. That's how I did with my janitorial company. You know, till they pulled that Shazam on me. But you got the contracts going. 45 days, I bill it out. I pay my people, cool. It settle out, the money's right with that. You know?
It evens out.
It evens out because you say I pay that, I got a decent rate, you know, and I know how much I'm clearing out each month. You know?
Right.
Those kind of things you need to have in place. For you borrowing money, you borrowing with a purpose. You know what it is. But you just borrowing, again, the disaster loan I felt was perfect. You know what I'm saying? See, somebody asked about a grant. Will you help? Will you help? I'm trying to get a grant. Hold on once. Guys, quick housekeeping again. I'm going to say this. If anything outside of what we're talking about, I answer your questions at the end of the show. We're finna wrap up right now, so I better open the floor up for that. But again, just understanding with exactly how you need to cover those costs. So again, I want you guys to make sure, if you go down the financing playlist on Mr. Short Dog, we got a lot of videos on how to handle financing, mathematical wise, how to do that. You can always book an appointment with me or find somebody local to you. But definitely we want to start going down that world of actually borrowing money. Borrow with a purpose. I understand the benefit of being able to do that, okay? I understand the benefit of being able to do that. Again, tonight's show, we talked about, you know, what are you going to do with your business credit? I appreciate everybody tuned in. Pretty live show. Hey, anybody have any questions?
We got Big Play Ray say, how can he, hold on one sec. We'll go back to his first question. How can his company LLC get business credit?
I mean, at the end of the day, you can just go to any, you got a company, just go to your bank or just apply. You got a tax ID number, just apply for it. Now, again, you still got to go back to what we just talked about previously. What do you need it for? How much do you need? You know, where you get that number from? So that's the thing about it. It doesn't, you getting the credit or whatever, because it's just an application.
Right.
You can go there, if you got a actual legitimate business with a tax ID number, incorporate, you can just get you a business credit card from your current bank where it's set up at. And, you know, go have a discussion with the business banker. If you want to get business loans, things like it's nothing difficult. I think people have the challenges is when they want to get actual loans or certain things and they already have challenge credit. And that's gonna be you know, challenging to get it. Right. Now, like I said again, we started off, we talked about a lot of people have videos on this is what you do to get a business loan. I just wish some of these same people make these videos, put the other side of it.
Show the process.
Yeah, even they show the, because a lot of them say get your this, get your LLC, get your DUNS number, get trailer. I see that. Still go back to the other side of it is, how much that shit gonna cost you? How much is it gonna cost you? Because I'm just being straight up.
Right.
It's not going to be beneficial to you if your stuff ain't together.
That's true.
I'm talking about that for that personal guarantor. It's not. And you got to be realistic. If I'm a borrower using this at this high rate, am I going to be able to do something that's going to be beneficial to me to do it? Because the cost to borrow that money is so high. And when I say cost again, people, I mean the rate. You know, again, you're not going to get no 5 or 10% and under, you know, doing some non-traditional stuff. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
It ain't going to happen. So, again, you don't turn around and got this stuff 10, 15, 20, 25, 30%. I mean, come on now. Yeah, you putting a damn predatory lending on your damn self.
Right.
So you got to be smart about that, okay?
Right.
Got to be smart about that. So, basically, I will say this, Big Play Rate, just go to the YouTube channel. I got a financing playlist, tons of videos, how to get business loans, a breakdown of all the different kind of business loans, business 101, financing 101, business credit 101, all that on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Go to the financing playlist. Just check out all the videos I got there. I even got some products for people that do have challenge credit. But like I told them, we had the, what's that company? I want to say Lendio. Lendio's not one of them. I'm going to have a rep for them come on the show too. But I forgot one of those other companies. They get lines of credit if you have lower credit scores. But again, the cost is high. If you okay with that, but understand, there's nothing wrong with a high cost, but you gotta have some kind of plan to be able to use it for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, now we'll go back here on my TikTok. This is butter drip drop. I hear you. Butter drip drop. Okay, listen. I have my own business and I'm trying to get a grant. Will you help me? I mean, we got go to Mr. Short on YouTube, man. We got hell over 150 active grants on the YouTube channel. And I have videos on what you need to do to help you acquire those grants. Mm-hmm. To do it. I don't do any kind of grant writing. I provide grant information about different grants that's out there with doing it. If you're looking to get major grants and things like that, you got to be realistic in regards to how your business operates. You know, you can always hire your grant writer, but again, when you start going in that world of, you know, dealing with grants and things like that, it's twofold. Mm-hmm. Coca-Cola going to give you money when you're going to help Coca-Cola do certain things. Mm-hmm. You got certain deliverables you got to make with that kind of stuff. Now, the grants we post are the ones that, as for, you know, like the one we just posted, what company was that? We just had one that came through. I know we have one for Avino. Oh, God. It's over 100. We've had, I think the last two were for female entrepreneurs that we had. I can't remember the names of them. But all of them had different criteria they want you to meet. And the thing of it is, I always tell people, when you're applying, make sure that your application is, you know, in accordance.
You got to pick the grant that applies to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Or adjust your application to fit what they're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta, your application got to fit what they're looking for. You can't be looking for a grant for a tire repair place and you're applying for daycare. It's not gonna fit.
I'm gonna give you an example. Snap, the Snapchat had a grant last year, and a lot of people were saying they want you to have a Snap account.
Yeah.
God damn it! It's gonna take you 30 seconds to come on now.
Right.
What you want me to do?
Account.
What you want me to do? You want $10,000? You can't make a damn Snap account.
Right.
Come on now. I mean, really do you want me to do? You don't want that money.
Right.
You don't want that money. Come on now. So those kind of things about it. Go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, Butter Drip Drop. Check out the grants playlist. Got a lot of good information on that in that grants playlist in regards to how to acquire things that they're looking for, things to do, things not to do. And also, even when I post grants on the YouTube channel, I also try to give you some of the things you need to add to your grant to help you be successful with getting it. But answer anybody, I don't do any grant writing with doing it and stuff. We just provide free information to assist you guys in business. Hope that helped you out with that. Is anybody else got any questions, Lab?
No.
That's it.
That was it.
Listen, y'all, we had fun tonight. Had a blast. I appreciate everybody tuning in and stuff like that. We'll be back next week with Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got a lot more videos coming down to the pike. Again, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Regardless of what platform you're looking at right now, that we have close to 400 videos on the YouTube channel. 150 active grants. Cover business finance, business operation, business management. A lot of great information coming down the pike. At least 2 or 3 videos a week on the channel. So I need you guys to go there. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. I appreciate all you guys tuning in tonight. Be safe out there. Enjoy yourself. And if you haven't got your taxes done, hit us up, 678-479-4007. Again, that's 678-479-4007. That's Majestic Business Services. File your extension. We'll take care of you, baby. Just file your extension.
That's right.
All on the Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, all the actual contact information for the different websites and social media platforms are on the description section of those, and not on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. But if you go to Mr. Short Dollar, just Google it, and you'll see this big handsome face pop up. And you guys be able to, follow us from there, get some more great information. But again, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Love you guys. Be safe, and thanks again for all the support.